Good afternoon, Nicole and Jose. Welcome to the third reading workshop. How are you today, Nicole?
Very good.
Jose, how are you today?
Good.
Okay, excellent. Let's see. Today we're going to talk about some indigenous struggle. So for start this reading workshop, we are going to see a video. So let's pay attention here.
It was the Western Hemisphere's largest empire ever, with a population of nearly 10 million subjects. Over an area of more than 900,000 square kilometers, its people built massive administrative centers, temples, and extensive road and canal systems. They did so in an inhospitable, extreme terrain, all without the use of wheels, horses, iron, or even written language. Yet within 100 years of its rise in the 15th century, the Inca Empire would be no more. According to legend, the ancestors of the Inca rulers were created by the sun god Inti, and they emerged from a cave called Tombo Toko. Leading 4 brothers and 4 sisters was Aya Manco, who carried a golden staff with instructions to find the place where it would sink into the ground, showing fertile soil. After many adventures and extensive searching, Aya Manco and his siblings reached the Cuzco Valley, where the staff pierced the ground. After fighting off the fierce local native population, they founded their capital, and Aya Manco became Manco Capac, the first Sapa Inca, or king of the Incas. Archaeological evidence suggests that the Incas first settled in this valley around 1200 CE. They remained a small kingdom until 1438, when they were nearly overrun by the neighboring Chanca tribe. The Inca king at this time, Viracocha, and his designated heir fled in fear, but one of his other sons remained and successfully rallied the city's defenses. For his military skill, he became the 9th Inca ruler, assuming the name of Pachacuti, or Cataclysm. Pachacuti expanded Inca rule throughout the Andes Mountains, transforming the kingdom into an empire through extensive reforms. The empire's territory was reorganized as Tawan Tinsuyu, or 4 quarters, with 4 divisions ruled by governors reporting to the king. Although the Inca had no writing, they used a complex system of knotted strings called quipu to record numbers and perhaps other information. A decimal-based bureaucracy enabled systematic and efficient taxation of the empire's subjects. In return, the empire provided security, infrastructure, and sustenance, with great storehouses containing necessities to be used when needed. Great terraces and irrigation works were built, and various crops were grown in at different altitudes to be transported all over the empire. And it was during Pachacuti's reign that the famous estate of Machu Picchu was constructed. Pachacuti's son, Topa Inca, continued the empire's military expansion, and he eventually became ruler in 1471 CE. By the end of his reign, the empire covered much of western South America. Topa's son, Huayna Capac, succeeded him in 1493, but the new ruler's distant military campaigns strained the social fabric, and in 1524, Huayna Capac was stricken by fever. Spanish conquistadors had arrived in the Caribbean some time before, bringing diseases to which the native peoples had no resistance. Millions died in the outbreak, including Huayna Capac and his designated heir. The vacant throne ignited a civil war between 2 of the surviving brothers, Atahualpa and Huasca, greatly weakening the empire. In 1532, after finally winning the Inca Civil War, Atahualpa and his army encountered the European invaders. Although greatly outnumbered, Francisco Pizarro and and his small group of conquistadors stunned the king's much larger force with guns and horses, neither of which they had seen before. Atahualpa was taken captive and killed about a year later. The Spanish conquerors were awed by the capital of Cuzco. Pizarro described it as so beautiful that it would be remarkable even in Spain. Though the capital had fallen and the native population had been destroyed by civil war and disease, some Incas fell back to a new capital at Vilcabamba and resisted for the next 40 years. But by 1572, the Spaniards had destroyed all remaining resistance, along with much of the Incas' physical and cultural legacy. Thus, the great Inca Empire fell even faster than it had risen. TED-Ed is a non...
Okay, so let's see. We have seen the video of the Inca Empire. Now let's see, pay attention. You're going to tell me 5 things. It could be numbers, names, words, or phrases that tell what is the most terrible thing the indigenous people lived. That refers to the indigenous struggle. What they have to live, what situations they passed. Yes, can you tell me please with this, Nicole? What they did in the past to survive. What happened with the Spanish people? Tell me.
Atahualpa and Huáscar fought. They defend the people and their land. They fought for their freedom. They respect them.
Okay, yes. Thank you very much. Very good. Nicole? What do you have? Tell me.
Exploitation, abuse, violence.
Okay, yes, exploitation. We have violence. Also, what happened with the indigenous people? They disappear in this case, and the Spanish people caused the end of the Inca Empire. Yes. So now pay attention. Today we're going to talk about the life of Dolores Cacuango and her struggle for justice. Yes? So let's look at here. Look, here we have Dolores Cacuango. We are going to find the gist of the text. So what do you think is the gist of her story? What do you think, Josue?
Creo que the freedom of the indigenous people.
Yes, very good. Okay, so the gist is the indigenous struggle, the fight that they passed and how she fought for the rights of the working class. Okay, so yes, very good. That's the gist of the text. Now let's pay attention here. Nicole, can you help me reading the highlight words, please? You have, for example, here, Northern Quito. Can you help me reading, please?
Northern Quito, Mama Dolores Yuki was born on October 26, 1881. Guasipungo, job. Once black, she married Luis Cacuango.
Continue.
Were still committed with the stranger of Mama Dolores Cacuango. Today, one more anniversary of her passing away.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. Continue, José. Leader.
Leader in the Communist Party of Ecuador in 1944.
Continue. You have here 19.
In 1944, the first of its in the country.
Let's go here. Look, we have more words. In 1945, continue reading, please.
The Tierra Libre. In 1963, the government shut down the schools, prohibiting Quechua from being a teacher language. 10 million indigenous people died in 1971 after spending several years in solitude and under threat from the government.
Okay, thank you very much. So look at here. We have some clues or some words that are important and that you have to pay attention because now we're going to match them with the meaning or with the headings. So let's see here. Let's pay attention with this. Let's go. Can you help me reading, please? Number 1, Nicole.
She became known for her years as speeches, both in Quechua and Spanish.
Okay, so what do you think it refers? What is the heading for that phrase? You have liberal thoughts, Wasipungo, Yanahuayco, Fei, Bird, and Rebellion. So what do you think is the answer? Jose, do you know?
Creo que Yanahuay.
Yanahuayco. Let's see here. Nicole, number 2.
The place where the first school was founded.
Let's see. Josue, what do you think is the answer? You have Wasipungo, FEI, Bird, Rebellion. What do you think?
Yanahuayco.
Yanahuayco is here. Okay, let's see. It was founded in 1944. You have to match the phrases with the headings. Let's see.
FEI.
Okay. Also, can you help me reading, please? Dolores and her family.
Dolores and her family endured the injustice of racist system that oppressed the working class life.
What do you think is that? The best heading. This liberal thoughts? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Look, Nicole. Mama Dolores Yuki was born on October 26, 1881. Tell me the best heading. Bird. A small piece of land where they work. Josue.
Wasipungo.
Wasipungo. So look at here, we have Rebellion. She became known for her fierce speeches, both in Quechua and Spanish. Let's see. Very good. Now we are right. Let's go here. Pay attention. Now, we are going to start reading. And let's see. When we start reading, we are going to find the words that we have in this table, the information for these words. Let's see. Pay attention with this. We have the life of Dolores Cacuango and her struggle for justice. Look, this is the table and this is the information that we are going to look for in the reading. Bird, descendant, indigenous struggle, their reasons, school, Tierra Libre, and the indigenous march. So this is the information that we are going to look for and the specific information that we need. Yes? Let's see. Okay, so now let's start reading, please. I'm going to share the screen. So look at here we have the life of Dolores Cacuango, care struggle for justice. Can you start reading, please, Josue?
The street bearing the name of Dolores Cacuango, found in a working-class neighborhood in northern Quito, is a modest, 3 books-long diary of a woman who dedicated her life to the indigenous struggle for land, respect, and education in Ecuador. In turn, the Cristobal Colon adventure named after his Giovanni's colonies extend across the city.
Thank you. Continue, Nico.
Cacuango was known as Mama Dolores Yuki was born on October 26, 1881, to an humble family in the middle of the military confrontation
Rotation.
between conservatives and liberals in Ecuador. Her family was part of the Concierto Indians, those at the
Bottom.
bottom of the economic scale, working for haciendas in exchange for a small piece of land known as Huasicago. Their Dolores and her family
Endure.
the injustice of the racist system that oppressed the working class for
Life. Thank you. Continue.
She escaped to Quito from her life at the hacienda before they forced her to marry. There, she found a job as a maid at the house of a military office, learned how to speak, read, and write in Spanish, and deepened her cognitions on
Consciousness.
the situation of indigenous people and campesinos in urban and rural environments. Her expressing milk her comes back to her hometown in San Pablo, work, and fight for the rights of the work class.
Okay, so let's see. We have her experience made her come back to her hometown in San Paulo to fight for the rights of the working class. Pay attention with this. Continue, please, Nicole.
by 1916, the liberal revolution, led by Elia Farrell, had succeeded,
Succeeded. Continue.
to give back to the indigenous people the land ceded by the church and large landowners.
Landowners.
But the people soon
Realized.
that land alone were not enough.
Continue.
Landowners maintained the same practice, and many campions were still landed. Things were with the Juliana Revolution and 1925, contributing to the polarization of the economic conditions that led to the Cayambe uprising.
Thank you. We're still committed with the struggle of Mama Dolores Cacuango today, one more anniversary of her passing away.
In 1926, the people of Cayambe stood up against the selling of their community land to a rich landowner, shaping future indigenous movements. Dolores played a key role in the rebellion and became known for years spent both in Quechua and Spanish, and included calls for fair education in the mother language and respect for women and their work.
Continue. The next two.
She was well aware of the difficult situation of indigenous women in the Hacienda, often being raped, beaten,
Rita?
and forced to work without any remuneration, but appealed to the world of society with her work.
Okay, thank you. Continue the next two paragraphs, please, Nicole.
We want the indigenous to know what they are giving birth to, so they are never again raped by their devil bows, so no more children are born waiting a father and be despised children, she used to say.
She used to say, continue.
Socialist group in rural and urban areas. Some
Supported?
supported the movement says in it a scene of the contradiction of capitalism and movement aiming
Yes.
for a more just society, and Dolores become a prominent leaders in the Communist Party of Ecuador.
Okay. The next, please, José. Since then, Dolores.
Since the Dolores was active in the struggle for land and education for the rest of her life, she helped forming unions and organizing workers in and outside of Cayambe, and took part in different uprisings demanding an end to violence against women and better working conditions, along with two other leading figures of the indigenous movement, Francisco Maguaña and Jesus Guarani, and the head of PCA, they founded the Indigenous Ecuadorian
Uh-huh.
Federation SEA in 1944, the first of its kind in the country.
Uh-huh. So you see here, we have paid attention in the highlighted phrases or words that you have in the reading. Let's continue here. One of the Dolores' biggest concerns was education, as she witnessed how her people were often fooled and tricked due to their ignorance of the writing system. It's rumored she memorized the labor law and once told a high-level officer, "You ministers are lying. You changed the contents of the labor law because you are on the side of the owners." Continue, please, Nicole.
Out of her concern
Concern?
and the expressing helping her own community, and under the auspice
Auspice?
of the PCE,
She founded?
she founded the first autonomous indigenous school in 1945, where lessons were taught in both Quechua and Spanish. The project was never recognized by the Education Ministry as a governmental in a breeding ground for communist her
Partners.
from the party and also members of the community helping financing the project while her only surviving. Some though following in her
Footsteps.
footsteps and start teaching.
Thank you. Continue, please, Josué. The next two paragraphs.
The first school was founded in Yanahuayco at the Tierra Libre Union Building. The project then extended of Chimba, Pesillo and Moyuca, where the indigenous movement had a strong presence.
Continue.
The dictatorship of General Ramon Castro Gijón brought difficult times for Dolores and everyone involved liberation movement in 1963. The government shut down the school's private teacher from being a teacher language and raid Dolores' house, forcing her to go into hiding. She continued her activism against and odds visiting parents in Stronger during the night, supporting movements in the disguise of the government looked for her.
Continue, please. The next paragraph, Nicole.
After years of undergroup activities and strong pressure from the people, the regime of Castro de John decided to implement an agrarian reform, despite being far from perfect. Dolores decided to succumb in a market with more
10,000
10,000 indigenous people from Jiménez they went to Quito to show the street of the indigenous movement at the time with a historical speak
at the university. Peter. Can you continue, please, with the next, Nicole? Her Quechua words.
Her Quechua words were not understood by everybody at the time, but fragments of the translation remain in the collective memory of Ecuadorian indigenous or not, and every region devoted bearing a stronger significance than the name of a street.
Thank you very much. So look at here. We are like the grass of the mountain that grows back again after being cut. And as mountain grass, we will cover the world. Dolores Cacuango died in 1971 after spending several years in solitude and under threat from the government. However, her history and legacy were recognized over time. until she was considered one of the most important figures in Ecuador and Latin America. So let's pay attention in this part. You have some highlighted phrases here: 1963, 1945, and 1971. So pay attention. We have information from the March and information from the table that I told you, yes? So let's continue. Now I'm going to present a multiple choice game. So with this information, you have to pay attention and answer, yes? Let's go here. Josue, where she was born?
Cayambe.
Nicole, why is she recognized?
Letter C.
Letter C? Very good. What was the name of her husband, Josue?
Carlos Hijón.
Are you sure?
O Luis Catacumba, creo.
Yes, Dolores Cacuango. That was the name of her husband. What year, listen, what year did she found the first autonomous indigenous school? Nicole. A, B, or C?
A.
Yes, very good. Number 5. What was her job when she arrived to Quito, Josue? A, B, or C?
Letter C, creo.
She found a job as a maid at the house of a military officer. How old would she be today? How old? A, B, or C? You have 139 years old, 150 years old, 120 years old. How old?
Letter B.
The B? Let's see. No, 139. That's the answer. Also, what year did she die?
Letter A.
Yes, very good. 1971. Aha, you're right here. Now pay attention. We're going to answer some questions with the specific information that we look in the reading. Yes. So let's pay attention. Let's go back to our table. Look, we have this. We have to look at the specific information in the reading: birth, descendant, indigenous struggle, school, tierra libre, and the indigenous march. Now let's answer these questions. Tell me, number 1, Nicole. Number 1, where was Dolores Cacuango born?
October 26,
October
1881.
1881. Where? In what place? Josue?
En Cayambe.
Cayambe. Very good. Number 2. What was the origin of her family? You can look for the information in the reading. What was the origin of her family? Okay, let's look in the reading. What was the origin? She came from, what is the answer, Nicole?
Humble family.
From a humble family, yes. Let's continue with this. Look in the reading. Name 2 reasons of the indigenous struggle. two reasons. One Nicole and one Josue. Let's see in the chat. Okay. Josue said Tránsito Maguaña was her friend activist. Another Josue? Nicole? Okay, the violence. Finish with the violence. Let's see. What else? Another. What happened with the reasons? Finish with the violence. Let's see. Okay, finish with the violence. Also the exploitation too. And the exploitation, let's write here. Josue, do you have another? Okay, also to fight for her people. Let's see. She fought for her people. Yes, very good. Also, she fought for the rights of the working class. Fought for her people, yes. Pay attention in the next one. What places did she found? What places did she found? Look in the reading. What places did she found?
In Yanahuayco.
Yanahuayco, okay. Yanahuayco, what is the meaning of Yanahuayco? What is that?
The first school, Tierra Libre.
Okay, the first school was founded in Yanahuayco. Let's see. Very good. Tell me, Nicole. Let me see in the chat. Aha, very good. She founded the Indigenous Ecuadorian Congress. Let's write here. The Congress, yes, but the Indigenous Ecuadorian Congress. That's the answer. In 1944. Very good. Who has the answer? When Dolores Cacuango died? Yes, she died. Let's write here. In 1971. Very good. So we have completed the chart. Yes, we have completed the questions with the specific information that we find in the reading. Now look at here. With this specific information, we are going to complete a word puzzle. Let's go there. You have to find words related to the story about Dolores Cacuango. For example, you have struggle. What was her other name? Or what was the name that people used to call her? Here?
Yes.
Yes, let's see. We have indigenous movement. Another? Nicole?
Mamá Dolores.
Where is Mamá Dolores?
Dos líneas más arriba de la que está esa.
Mamá Dolores Yuki. Remember, that was the name, or that was, yes, the name that people used to call her. Another one?
Huasipungo.
Okay, tell me, Jose.
Huasipungo. La tercera. De arriba hacia abajo.
Okay, where was Huasipungo? Yes, here was Huasipungo. Let's see. Nicole?
Rebelión.
William, where is?
A la Eso.
Ah, yes, here we have rebellion. Very good. Another, Josue?
Cayambe.
Cayambe. We have cayambe here. Another word. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 8 words. You have to find 3 more.
Struggle. 3 arriba de Mamá Dolores.
Struggle. Yes, very good. One more.
Yana Huayco.
Where is Yanahuayco?
En la segunda, sí, eso ahí.
Okay, here we have Yanahuayco. One more. Tell me. These words are according to specific information we look for in the reading and when we scan the article, so we have to look for these words. One more, tell me.
March. Al lado de la Y.
Yes, very good. We have March. So we have 80 words. Very good. So now let's see. To finish, we are going to complete a quiz. Yes? I'm going to open the quiz and you have to tell me the answer and we have time. Let's go there. And let's start. Are you ready? Yes? Yes or no? Let's go. Number 1. When and where was she born? Dolores Cacuango. Josue.
Mama Dolores was born on October 26, 1967.
Very good. The next is for Nicole. Why did she have to move to Quito? You have time. What is the option?
She escaped to Quito from her life at the hacienda before they forced her.
Yes, very good. Number 3 is for Josue. Why is she recognized? 1, 2. Tell me.
Number 3.
This?
No, number 3, creo.
This?
Yes.
Let's see. Are you sure? Because she fought for the rights of the working class. I told you that you have to pay attention in this. Let's see, Nicole, what is the meaning of Wasipungo?
The place where she lived.
A small piece of land. Josue, what year did she found the Indigenous Ecuadorian Federation?
Creo que 1946.
This?
Yes.
Are you sure? No, Nicole, what year?
El 4.
1944. Yes. Let's see. In what year did the government ban the teaching of Quechua? No?
La primera.
Yes. In 1963. Very good. How many people accompanied her on her march? José?
Creo que de pie.
Number 1, this.
Yes.
Very good. Let's see. Okay, so we have completed the quiz alive here. Very good. So thank you very much. We have finished for today and we have finished our 3rd reading workshop. See you tomorrow and have a nice day. Thank you.